guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Aniya and if this is your first time here, welcome. Here on this channel I like to do makeup, hair, vlogs, lifestyle videos, a little bit of everything. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. Y'all, I'm here today to answer your questions about being a case manager. This is a long awaited video. I know. I am sorry, but guess what, guys? I am here and we're just gonna jump right into it. You guys asked me a lot of questions, so if I don't get to anything or if I missed something or if I didn't answer it fully, just leave more questions down below in the comment section and I will get back to them, or I'll make another video. There were a lot of questions, so I split up the questions into 4 different categories. The categories are education, the interview process, and actual work experience. And then one more category is like for extra questions that didn't fit into either of those categories. If you're new here and you don't know, I have been a case manager for a little over a year now, and I have vlogged my experience being a case manager, and I have other videos if you want to see what I do or what a case manager does or a day in the life of a case manager. Make sure you go check them out. I'll leave a videos link down below and up above. Let's get into the questions. First category is education. So the first question is, do you need a bachelor's degree to become a case manager? In short, no. So a lot of companies would like you to have a bachelor's degree, but you always don't need a bachelor's degree. And this brings me to the second question. How do you become a case manager without a bachelor's degree? So there are a lot of companies who will accept like an AA degree and work experience to supplement for that bachelor's degree. Now, if you're a person who has neither and no college experience, that is completely fine. I know a lot of people that work their way up, you know, through the social work system and network, guys. Network. Even if you had internships that relates to case management and stuff, put that on your resume and beef up your resume. I'm sure you can get the job. So how long did it take to become a case manager? So before I was a case manager, I was actually a behavioral technician working with children with autism. It didn't take that long. I don't understand, like, I don't know what you guys mean. How long did it take? Like right after I graduated my bachelor's degree and I became a behavioral technician. I wasn't making enough money. I did that for about a year and a half, and then I became a case manager because that's more related to my field. I guess I want to be a clinical psychologist. I felt like that was just more so fitting for my field and for what I wanted at the time. So I hope I answered that question. It really didn't take long to become a case manager. I did become a case manager without experience as well. So am I in school to get my master's degree? Yes, I am. I said this a lot of time on my channel. I actually have videos if you want to see my experience. I do currently go to Capella. I am in school for clinical counseling and I want to be a licensed therapist. So guys, I have videos on that, and if you want more videos than that, just let me know. But I am in school to get my master's. How did I get into the field? Well, my background is in psychology already. To be a case manager, they asked to have at least a social work degree, psychology degree, like some type of human related health, you know, field. And honestly, I guess that's just how I got into the field. I was already in the field. That was my major in college, so I guess I was already into the field. Yeah. So the interview process. I didn't have many questions about the interview process, but I'm going to answer the 2 that I did have. So what was the interview process like, guys? Honestly, it was during COVID. It was a while ago. I don't really remember. But from what I remember, there was 2 different interviews. 3 different interviews, I guess, if you want to be technical. There was one phone interview that I had, and that went pretty well. I don't honestly remember the questions, and I can make a whole video in depth. If you want the interview process, just let me know. But it was a phone interview, and then it was an in-person interview, and that was just with, I think that was 3 ladies, and I just talked to them, asked them questions why I wanted to be a case manager, you know, simple stuff like that. And then it was a third interview. Now every company is not like this. It's just my company, because they were starting a new program, and with the youth, they actually had the youth interview us, which I really like, because the youth asked a lot of different questions that they didn't get to ask me, and they got to see my personality, and I got to really connect with them on a different level because we are closer in age. So the interview process, it really wasn't that bad. Just make sure you brush up on your stuff, know what you want to say, have some answers already prepared. Do not go in there unprepared, y'all. Do not go in there unprepared, because I'm telling you, you won't get the job. You probably will, because you can probably finesse, but I'm saying it might be a little bit more challenging. So the next question is, what are some interview questions? Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I know some were like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What makes you different? Why do you want to be a case manager? Tell me your experience about working with the youth or the homeless population. You know, the questions are based on whatever program you're going to be in or whatever population you're going to be working with. So keep that in mind. These questions may not be the same for you. Work experience. Someone said, how do I stay organized? Y'all, let me tell y'all, this is my first time ever being a case manager. When I became a case manager, it was a different type. Like, it was a different type of organization that I needed to have. You understand me? I'm still learning to be more organized, y'all. I'm still learning my way as well. But let me tell y'all, write everything down. Write it down. I don't care if you have it on your calendar, Google Calendar already. Use sticky notes. Use your notepad. Any little thing that you need to remember or jot down. And I also set a lot of reminders, guys. When you have appointments with your clients, set a reminder an hour before, a day before, just so you can remember, oh, I'm meeting with this client on this this day. And I always recommend having folders. Now you have your own separate files and folders that stay away in the cabinet and stuff. I also have my own folders as well. I keep a lot of different paperwork in there for when I'm going to see the clients, and depending on which type of house visit it is. Some house visits require more paperwork and some require less. And I change that paperwork out depending on what I'm going to see them for. Another thing to help me stay organized, like highlight stuff, highlight reminders. I also use a big giant calendar. I did show you guys this trick and tip in one of my videos, so make sure you go watch them. But I use a big calendar. I lay out a big calendar, and my coworker actually taught me this tip. And we have to keep receipts for everything that we do because we use a company credit card. And every time I spend something or buy something online for a client, I write down their name, the price it was, and on the date that I bought it. In case we ever have to go back and look at receipts when my boss goes to turn into the audit, it's no problems, guys. That was really helpful. And you know how you rip the calendars off and you throw them away? No, you rip it off and you fold it up and you save it so you can go back and reference it. That is my favorite tip I've learned so far. Another thing to help me stay organized is Excel sheets. My coworker is the beast with the Excel sheets. You know, that is not my thing. Excel is not my thing. I am more of a physical person. Like, I don't really like the visual on the computer. I'm like, I need to physically write it out. I don't know, it helps me remember it that way. Now it might not work for you that way, but that's just what I do to help me keep organized. Now there are a lot of other different things. I don't want this video to be forever, so those are just some things that I do to help me stay organized as a case manager. So y'all, I'm gonna read this question. It's kind of long. It says, how are you liking it? How easy was it for you to learn about everything in order to help / refer your clients? I am always nervous that I won't be competent or won't be able to catch on. It seems like a lot. No offense at all, because it does seem rewarding. So, loaded question. That was a very loaded question, y'all, and I'm going to answer everything in that question. First of all, let me just say this. Don't be nervous, girl. It's nothing to be nervous about. If I can do it, girl, you can do it. So how am I liking it? I'm not going to lie to y'all and sit here and say I absolutely love being a case manager. Like, everything is just great and everything is grand. No, guys. I have my days. Like any other job, I have my days. And it can get hard, especially when you're dealing with the youth. Some kids don't know how to talk to you and stuff like that. But the job is so rewarding. It is very rewarding just to help homeless youth. Now, it's frustrating some days when they don't. Like, some people will not want to move from the place that they're in, and you can't make anyone change if they don't want to. You may make up goals with your clients and stuff, and they don't really follow through on these goals and the plans and the things that they said they will tell you. So it can get frustrating at times. And I just think if you keep a clear line of open communication, everything will be well. It has its ups and downs. I love being a case manager as far as feeling rewarded and stuff, but it can be taxing. I think it's so taxing right now because I am in school and I do have an internship and I am trying to do YouTube full time, so it's a lot on me mentally. If I had like more time and stuff, and if I was solely just a case manager, oh my god, I would freaking love it. I would freaking love it. I love the store runs and everything that we do. I love my co-workers that I'm with, and I just like just being out in the community and not behind a desk all the time. That's what I really, really love. So the second part of this question, how easy was it to learn about everything in order to help / refer your clients? Like I said, I was brand new. My program was brand new. Me and my coworker, we were just brand spanking new. Everything was new to us. So I guess it was like a learning process for all of us. It didn't take long, I guess. We are still in the process of learning. I guess that's why I said it's not taking long. We're learning, guys. So I guess it is taking long. I don't know how to answer this, guys. So I can't give you a certain time frame. It was easy in the beginning, like, because the trainings and everything, they're on like stuff that I already knew, being a psychology major and being in school to get my master's degree. A lot of the things that we're talking about, like trauma-informed care, or like, you know, working with people with mental illness and stuff, like literally I'm in school for that. Like, I could teach some of the trainings that I was getting, so it wasn't that hard, and the work isn't that hard as far as knowledge based. Like, it's not really like heavy on knowledge based. Like, I don't understand, not saying I don't understand why you need a degree to be a case manager. I feel like you can be a case manager without having a degree because it's not a lot of deep things. The only thing I guess is specific to my program is that I work with people with mental disorders, so I know about that. Like, I have a specialization in that, so that is why it is good for me to have a degree in that. But it's easy work that you can learn by the trainings that they provide. It's like any job. If you don't know what, they're coming and teach you, so it's not that hard. Don't be nervous. Do not be nervous. So I know this isn't really a question, but you said it seems like a lot, and it is. Let me just say it is a lot. It can be a lot, but that is why I schedule out my days, guys, and write everything down and break it down in little chunks. If you need help, ask for it. If you need a mental health day, ask for it, guys. That job will be there. It can be a lot, especially emotionally, mentally, physically, guys. It can be a lot. I'm being honest, it can be a lot. You're dealing with a whole slew of adults, young adults, and you have to do this for that person, this for that person, remember this date, that date, this bill, that bill. It's a lot, but it's also very rewarding. Somebody asked if I'm from the Washington, D.C. area. I mean, I'm not too far from DC, but I'm not in Washington, DC. If y'all know me and y'all been watching my vlogs, y'all know I'm from Baltimore, okay? So this is another really good question. Is safety an issue, y'all? I was worried about this in the beginning first, like going into people's homes and stuff. But once you really build that bond and connection with your client, I started to build it over the phone before they were even housed. So I could feel like I got to know them a little bit. Now you really never know anybody, and anybody could do anything at any moment, especially when you're working with people with mental health disorders and stuff. But if you ever feel like safety is an issue, I definitely feel like going in pairs. Like my coworker, if I ever feel uncomfortable, if she feels uncomfortable, we will hop in the car with each other and go with each other. My boss has accompanied me on many different house visits when I felt like I was uncomfortable or I felt like I was working with a difficult client. Safety was really never an issue for me. I'm always alert and always aware, and I know that anything can happen at any moment. So here are like the extra questions that didn't really fit, I guess, into the other categories. What do I make as a case manager? Not much, y'all. I like to be very transparent here on this channel, so if you like that, go ahead and subscribe. But y'all, let me tell y'all, it's not much. I started out making $40,000. It was more than what I was making as a behavioral health technician, so at the time I was happy and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna work my way up. In the psychology field, it is really hard to find good paying jobs with just a bachelor's degree. I'm just being honest. So I started at $40,000, and then I was like, this ain't enough money. It wasn't cutting it. Like, I need some more money. Like, what was happening? So my coworker, we asked for a raise, and then we got a raise and a bonus around I guess we started in January. Let me preface this for you. We started in January. We didn't get a raise or a bonus until around November and December, y'all. So it took me that long to get a raise, and then I went to $42,000. So that's what I was making. And now, currently, if you guys know, I'm not a case manager at the other company I was with. I'm kind of like a case manager / reentry specialist elsewhere, and I'm currently making $51,000. But at my other job, they had a range where you can make $40,000 to $45,000 as being a case manager 1, and now they have a case manager 2, which is like your master's degree level, and you can make $45,000, I guess to like $50,000, and then, you know, you could just move up in rank as you go along. As a case manager, I think like the most I've ever seen anybody make is around like 40 something, like a high end 40, and that's even like pushing it. Now since COVID and a lot of jobs are hiring people and really need people desperately, they are increasing their salaries more, which is very good to see. I want to see it across the board everywhere. But yes, guys, so that is what I make as a case manager. So someone said, how much would it cost me to access a case manager? And I'm not quite sure what this means. Case manager is normally free depending on what program you're with and stuff. I don't know any case manager that costs, but just because I don't know it doesn't mean there aren't some that do cost. You can access a case manager by contacting whoever your local resources are, but it depends on your needs. So it's need based. There's case managers for many different things, like juveniles, for homeless youth, adults with substance abuse. There's case managers for the LGBTQ community. There's case managers for a lot of different things. So if you want to find a case manager, it's usually attached to like some program, like some other type of program. You would just have to do the research to find it within your city. Someone said what programs are out there to help, and I don't really understand this question either, because like I said, it's different programs for different things. Specifically for the homeless population, there are a lot in my city. I'm speaking specifically for in my city. There are a lot of different resources for homeless youth in the city. You can just Google them. Homeless shelters can get you connected, and there are a lot of different walk-in or drop-in locations. There are some locations even at schools and different libraries. So somebody said, what are some supplies that case managers use? Y'all, I kind of named them when I said what I would do to be organized, but get you a whiteboard, get you a calendar, pens, you know, like highlighters, binder clips, folders. You need like a folder organizer, sticky notes. Get y'all some sticky notes. That was my favorite thing. Get y'all some sticky notes. Get y'all some snacks too. Let's talk about that. Get y'all some snacks and some water, because y'all gonna need it while y'all always on the go, okay? You need a laptop, a mouse. There's not much that you need to be a case manager. They really provide everything for you. The biggest supply to me is my car and the things that I have on my desk and in my car, because I do spend a lot of time at my desk and in my car, you know, going back and forth to see clients. So I like to keep like a lot of pictures, a lot of like little plants, things that smell good, that make me happy, and that boost my mood. So even when I'm in the car, I like to keep my car fresh and my air fresheners. These are really not supplies, but these are things that I do to help make my workday a little bit better. Someone asked, could I give some tips on being a case manager? Now I could give a lot of tips on being a case manager, but I don't want this video to be forever, so I'm just gonna give 3 tips, guys. I'm gonna say be consistent. This is something I kind of struggle with too sometimes, and getting back to people in a timely manner, and I'm being honest about that. But be consistent. These people are looking for you. These people are dependent on you. They're looking forward to talking to you, so just be consistent. Case managers have a certain time to respond. If you don't respond within that time frame, normally that's okay, but just go back to your client and explain, communicate with them. That's the second tip, the biggest thing, communication. If something is going wrong, you can't meet with this client at a certain time, or they need to reschedule, and stress that to your clients that they also need to communicate to you, because it is a two-way street, guys. It is really hard to do my job if these clients don't contact me back. It is nearly impossible to do my job if these clients don't contact me back. So communication is a really big thing, even amongst your coworkers and your boss. Guys, keep a clear line of open communication. And my last tip would be is to stay organized. Y'all know I was gonna say it's to stay organized. It makes a difference. It makes a complete difference. And that's just not organizational stuff as far as your desk or anything. Be organized about your day. Plan your day out. Plan it out, y'all, and follow it. And when you don't follow something, write it down and reschedule and make sure you follow up and you do that thing that you said that you need to get done. I could go on for days. So the last question is, what advice would you give somebody who is a psychology major trying to become a case manager? And y'all, that is literally what I did. So I would just say, take your time, work your way up, get some experience on your resume, even if it's internships during school, like being a case manager or doing like clerical work or keeping track of different files and stuff. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be case management work, but I really say work the resume, y'all. Work the resume. Like if you did something with organizational skills, say that. If you're a self-starter, say that, and take the skills that you already have and kind of tweak it to the skills that they look for in a case manager. Being a psych major is awesome if you're trying to become a case manager. I told you guys, you know, they look for psych degrees, they look for social work degrees, anything in the human relations field degree type area. That's what they're really looking for. So just graduate, girl, get good grades. Honestly, they don't care about the grades. As long as you get that degree, you should be good. Really just be confident on that interview. Have a really strong interview presence. Know what you're talking about. Know the questions that they're gonna ask, and stay tuned for a video if you want to see some more interview questions. But just be really prepared. You got this. You know all the stuff that they're gonna talk to you about. Like I said, what you learn in school is basically what you already do in the field, and what the trainings are about, or at least the trainings that I've experienced were about. You can teach the class. Like I said, it's really not that hard once you already have that background. That is the end of the questions, guys. Sorry this is a little bit longer than I expected, but if you guys would like a part 2, just let me know down below in the comment section. Again, if I forgot anything, just let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give this video a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell so you can get notified every single time I post a video. Love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.